lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful New Hampshire Motor Speedway, bringing to you the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. We're going to be here for their fourth playoff race. Myself, Angel Santiago, joined tonight by my broadcast partner here, Troy Thomas. Troy, how are we doing tonight?
Well, I hope you are as well, Mr. Angel.
No, I'm not doing bad at all. Sorry everybody for getting a little bit of a late start, trying to figure out what all is going on. SDK is just not working for us, but until we get that figured out, well, here we go. That's not even the correct, yeah, we're having some issues with our SDK, so I apologize everybody. We'll try to figure something out here in the next moment or so, but nonetheless, Logan Joyner looks like he's going to be on pole here tonight, and Nathan Mann, his teammate, going to be in second, so about the same, huh, Troy?
Just how we left the race last week, actually. So, Nathan was first and Logan was second. So
I think this is 3 weeks in a row that they start 1-2 like this, and I think Logan has had the pole all 3 weeks.
Yep, you are correct, I believe. So this should be an interesting race, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, it will. I apologize, everybody. You're going to hear all these clicks in the background just while we get this figured out for the session. But we should get working now. Let's try this last attempt. There it goes. All right, just as the pace cars are ready to come down pit lane, we're getting ready to get started. Barney the flag man gonna have the flag. We're gonna get going green flag racing as they get through the Geico restart zone. 120 laps to complete here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series as they dive down here into turn number 1. We have 13 cars here tonight, Troy.
Yeah, so I mean, not much of a points makeup night for some of these drivers, so we'll see how this goes.
Yep, it's New Hampshire. This is not an easy track. It's just
No, it is not easy by no means.
I know we didn't get an opportunity really to go over really what that looks like to start this race, but yeah, New Hampshire is not a track that you see often. Broadcast is not a track that you see often on just used in leagues in general, and for that reason we mentioned it is just a difficult track to complete. But why is that, Troy?
Well, first off, it's flat.
Oh, there it is! Richard Odie to the inside wall. Oh, and it's
That
dawn.
didn't take long. I mean, the Magic Mile. But like I said, flat tracks. There's no banking. You've got to have grip. So
Yeah,
it's a
and
long race.
there's just no grip whatsoever here, and especially when you're in these Xfinity cars, man. These things just don't want to grip at all. They're sliding
No.
sideways the moment you touch that throttle.
Yeah, it don't take long. Obviously Richard Odie's already had some issues, but the place. It's just a flat 1 mile track.
Well, I would have
I
done.
myself is horrible at it.
I would have done the same thing Odie did. I'm gonna admit that one. Want to thank everybody joining us tonight. Kind of almost forgot. But at the lap at the lap 11 mark, we'll go ahead and give our moment of silence for 9/11 Memorial here for today. So thank you all for joining us here tonight. Of course, thank everyone for those that put it in that effort. I want to point out Lee Campbell, his number 14. I'm gonna assume this is like a Ken Schrader throwback from that race just after.
Yeah,
Looks a little bit like it.
I think so. It does.
If I can get looking at it. There you go.
Yep, that is exactly Ken Schrader. So
Yeah, so I was looking at
Nice
number
paint job.
36. Was that?
yes,
Was it a
the
Pontiac?
M&M's car. Yes,
Yes. That's right.
the M&M's Pontiac, if I remember correctly.
I got a 164 diecast of that actually. As a kid, I didn't know the significance of it, so it might have gotten some damage. But
Yeah, if we only knew stuff as a kid.
I know, but it got its use. Nonetheless, so Lee Campbell, great job there, and I love getting that car showing up there, even on that bottom right there for SDK. Glad we got that working. So he's got Alex Teft looking under him for that 11th position right now, and that's gonna be hard to put that throttle down for that number 43 just under him.
Oh yeah, it's hard when you've got a car on the outside. You cannot track up the track and get a good run off the bottom. So it's tough to pass.
Very tough to pass here. So much so, your top 5 hasn't made a move. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly how they started. Logan Joyner, Nathan Mann, Brandon Honeycutt, Sean Dunaway, and Andrew Teft there. But Todd Slauson up 2 spots. He knows how to make some passes. It seems like he's ready to make pass number 3 already.
Yeah, Todd's on the move. He's up 2 spots. Well, he's up 2, and Truth Hope's up 3. So them 2 gentlemen know how to pass right now.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Truth Hope. Truth, look at this. Up 3 spots and looking to put some pressure here on this number 12 of Brandon Sanfilippo.
He's all over Sanfilippo right now. So
Truth looking a little racy here tonight. Would love to see
he's
that.
ready to race tonight.
Yeah. Odie looks like he's back out on track here now, about 2 laps down. Definitely have gotten a is he only 2 laps? I'm kind of surprised he's only 2 laps down. He had to get a tow and a
Yeah,
so.
he towed, I think.
So to be 2 laps down under green, I'm kind of impressed. That it's only that much. I would have said his chances are entirely over, but that's still absolutely an opportunity for him to make up points tonight.
Yeah,
should things
plenty
go
of
his way
time.
here. So here's the thing, about 53, 55, I think we're looking at laps for fuel, and an additional 5 to 6 laps at a track like New Hampshire isn't a ton. So I can see some drivers trying to maybe stretch that and save some fuel to make this a one-stopper.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some takers out there to try something different.
But do you want to on tires?
But I would want them fresh tires, to be honest with you. That's just me.
I'm hoping we have some drivers do a little bit of some flip-flop. Okay, so a driver like Truth Hoke, you're going to drive, like or Salson, go drive hard. Go drive as hard as you want and make this, a two-stopper instead, or, pit 3 times, pit an extra 2 times, but have the advantage to just go as hard as you want and not have to worry about it. Hey, I think that would make for
that would
some
probably be
interesting
what
strategy.
I would do.
Yeah.
That would probably, I'd push as hard as I can because he's up 4 spots now as he's inside of San Filippo here.
Yeah, nice job here. Truth Hoke looking to the inside of Brandon Sanfilippo. He's just trying to wrap that bottom as well as he can, as you mentioned. Just no grip. He could have slid up there in front of that number 12, but he's not gonna. He's still early in this race.
It's just so hard to make a pass here.
Yeah, but to make a pass, when you get the opportunity, just like that, you just got to
goes.
stuff it in there, make it happen.
Oh, Brandon's going with the crossover, though, coming out of the floor here.
He slid a little bit, though, turning that wheel a little too hard. That number 12 won't get that crossover as well as he can. And I think the 55 should be good here as they come off of turn number 2 once he carries that momentum. Yeah, you see in that third lane all the way up there.
Yep. Like I said, now he can get to run off the top of the track here and make that pass, which he does. So, but Brandon's going to try to find him off. Nope, thinks better of it.
Yeah, says, let me go ahead and back that off here. And just to show you, I mean, we're going to have some fall off. I mean, just 13 laps into this now, granted, already at 10% of the way through the race, where your leader's already half a second off of his fastest lap.
Yeah, his best lap was a 30.77. His last lap was a 31.29. So, a lot of fall off up here today.
Man, that's what we like to see, though, that fall off, and it makes it tough as a driver, and that's probably why New Hampshire, while it's a shame it's not on more schedules, it's got to be one of my favorite tracks as well on iRacing. And I'm not good at flat tracks either. I know we talked about that earlier. I am all for flat tracks, but New Hampshire it's a tough track, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a fan of this track, so but I'd rather sit up here and watch it. Not much else going on right now at the moment.
No, not much at all. And that's kind of going to be or what you're going to see a lot of tonight. Granted, Andrew Teft, let's jump on board. I want to do a lot of on-board action here tonight, so you guys can get a really good idea of what it's like with these drivers. As you see, that number 98, he's got a really good run here off of 2. He's going to get to the inside of Sean Dunaway. Will it be enough?
Here.
Did you see that? He was already redlining it there going into 3.
He was hitting the chip. Let's see when he comes off the corner here.
Oh, he's going to make that pass right there. And I think, Sean said, go on and have it, Muddy. You earned it. Let's listen
hard on the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
As Andrew's not really running the low line, he's staying on that first seam coming up at a turn. He's a little loose coming off the corner here.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it because. So what it is that it is almost like it's almost hard to explain it, but it's like it's almost that first to second group. It almost drops. It feels like, and so you're kind of like running a little bit on an opposite banking, even though it's so little, but it just feels that much different. That's what makes that rotation so hard coming off of these turns.
Yeah, and I figure some of these drivers will be trying to diamond in this racetrack too, but as I've not seen many drivers try to do it right now.
I was going to say, you say that, but I think that's what the 22 just almost did there in the turn 3. But we're still maybe a little early into this run, maybe only a third of the way for some of these drivers, considering they might try to push it to the halfway point. So it might be a little early for them to start diming it. You might see that later on when these tires really start to get wore out.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like you said, the tires, you've got to have fresh tires to be fast here, or any track for that fact, but especially on these flat racetracks we go to.
Mm-hmm. And I spoke with Sanfilippo briefly. Appreciate him and Honeycutt kind of giving me that idea as to where the fuel was here for tonight. But he said, Angel, I'm not worried about fuel tonight. This is the first time I've driven this track. I don't have the experience at or I don't know if it's the first time, but he just says I don't have a lot of experience here in New Hampshire. It's not something that I'm used to, and you can see that. Right now he's just trying to mind his business, just clock out some solid laps, and there's a long way to go in this race still.
More so kind of like Darlington race to racetrack tonight, I would say, till you get familiar with the racetrack. And
Now, have you ever driven the road course of New Hampshire?
No, I have not driven
is
the road course here.
A very entertaining road course, to say the least. There's, of course, definitely on the service here. That wall right there opens up. You kind of go up a hill there, as you can see. Go back down. There's a little complicated to explain, but it's a fun track. A lot of hills up and down, kind of just off of the racetrack here, even just being so flat, ironically. And really, there's not really a lot of room, so it doesn't really make for a good race for stock cars, unfortunately. But I feel like if you wanted to have maybe a road course race for the mini stocks, those new ones that came out,
stocks, those
that
are fun.
that would be a good idea to put on here, because it's just, again, it's not wide enough. We tested it for the next gens and the Xfinity cars at one point, which is why I had so much fun on it. And it's a fun track. It just wasn't viable for how big those cars were.
Just a very tight track for them cars, huh?
Yeah, and then when you think about it, it's like you don't want to set your drivers up for a bad position either. Where there isn't a lot of room and they're already having to just kind of use each other up on something they're not used to. It can be fun. It's just not worth the effort at that point.
Yeah, as you see, our leader right here, who we're having a repeat of last week's race, it appears. So right here in these early stages is Logan Joyner. Nathan Mann has almost checked out to Nate's second lead over third place of Andrew Taft.
Out by far and away, and Andrew's made it up to that third position. No, he's up 2 spots himself as well.
Yeah, there's some movers in here. I mean, Andrew's up 2, Todd's up slew, Alex Tamp's up 2, but Truth's up 4. So there's some movers in this racetrack at the moment. So, but these top 2 guys are just checking out again on another week, another racetrack.
Well, right now they're anywhere from 2 to 3/10 quicker. Actually, Sean Dunaway was the fastest that previous lap, but we just updated there. But
yeah,
some of these are, Todd Slauson, he put on the, it just seems like maybe that initial, run, and I would say maybe you would test that to Logan and Nathan either having some more experience at New Hampshire or maybe just some extra practice that allowed them to do so, because it just seems like that initial start, they're gone. Right now, though, the lap times are pretty overall even. They're not that far different. We got guys running faster than the leaders in some of these situations.
But like you said, maybe they just checked out in the beginning with their game plan and just get a big lead from the field and just duke it out towards the end of the race if they can.
I don't think it's a bad idea at all right there. You see Todd Slauson now looking to the back bumper of Sean Dunaway for that 5th position.
Yeah, looks like he's there right now. And in front of Sean Dunaway is Brandon Honeycutt. So these 3 are almost nose to tail.
We got actually the 4 and the 69. Jesse Fox and Dennis Kane side by side here. They're battling for that 9th position.
Yeah, Jesse's running a little bit higher line, and as soon as I say it, looks like Dennis goes on the inside.
Well, it looks like Dennis is just a little bit faster right now, maybe a little bit better tires than Jesse has. But it's, as you mentioned, that high line is where he's gonna have that nice run. It's gonna allow him to keep keep that momentum in front of that 4 and stay right there. Although the 4 got a really good run there. Wow, what a
good run!
Wow.
Sorry to take you.
No,
there, but
we were both.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't. The 69 must have gotten loose or something,
But it's amazing nowadays how much of a run the outside line gets. Because back in like the 90s and 2000s, you never heard of the high sign. Everybody was glued to the bottom at every racetrack we go to.
See, I think that's what probably hurt me the most when I started my iRacing, Troy. I grew up learning these tracks and the way you were supposed to drive them, and then suddenly by the time I got on iRacing, everything had changed. So
it goes against everything you learned.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's just my excuse for not for not being able to win, everyone. That helps me sleep at night. All right. We got looks like now Dennis. No, okay, he's not gonna be able to make that happen.
I mean, look, I didn't know if he's gonna. He's fighting like crazy to get past Jesse Fox here for the 9th position.
So is now we go over to Todd Slauson. He's still hounding Sean Dunaway for that 5th position.
Yeah, he is all over him.
And even Brandon Honeycutt, you see him trying to set up that run. So when you ask, okay, that number 69, Jesse Fox, he's running that higher lane. What can you do as a driver to get past someone like that? You have one of two options. Go a little bit higher if you can on the entry, cut down, as you mentioned, that diamond effect almost, but you don't, mostly on the exit effect, where you cut down across so that you can just have a straighter exit. It's almost, you kind of can almost drive it like you would dirt rate, a dirt car, where
exactly
you want it to be straight as early as possible.
And you want to keep that wheel as straight as possible coming off the corner and into the corner too.
Yes.
Andrew went a little high right there as Brandon Honeycutt's trying to battle him, but they've got a swarm of cars heading their way.
See, I told you, I'm learning dirt little by little.
I stay away. I still stayed away from it.
Oh, there you go. The 22, Todd Slauson gets a good run here into the one. He's going to get to the outside of the 0-1.
He's going to make it interesting. Ooh, Truth gets a little loose behind him.
He's all right. He's going to get a good run still going into the turn. Sean not going to quite give up that spot.
No, he's going to fight back off the bottom, but Todd's got him.
Oh, and so we mentioned that one way. You just go a little higher and then come down across. Yep. There's only one other way other than that, Truth. Troy. And I was just going to say what Truth needs to do is use that old chrome horn. That's the only other way.
That probably happened too. Is Brandon Sanfilippo is right behind Truth, wanting that 7th spot.
Yeah, I want to come back and get that spot back.
I mean, right here we got 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th right together. So.
Then Dennis Kane, he'll make that pass on Jesse Fox finally.
Finally got around. I bet Dennis finally got around Jesse.
I've been working on him for
Stephanie
a long
Fox
time.
Cheered for Jesse Fox on here.
Do appreciate everybody joining into our YouTube chat as always as we bring on this wonderful race here from New Hampshire. I promise you, I know we sound excited. Maybe if you think, well, it's not quite, you don't have a ton of passes, but these drivers are working their butts off, and Troy mentioned it perfectly that it's the race against the track, not against the other drivers. But right now, Truth is trying to get under the no contact between him and the 0. Oh, nowhere for the 12. That might no caution here.
Yet. Oh, he's off the track.
Yep, Truth's gonna get it turned around there.
I just drove it in too deep right there.
Oh man, and just so easy to do. You're working so hard to try to get that pass done, and that's all it takes. It is.
I mean, it doesn't take much as these drivers are on the edge every lap, but he just pushed it just a little bit too hard.
Let's go back here and look at that. We have an opportunity to see. He got down a little bit too low, too. And it just kind of sent the car up, and he just, the wore tires. There's nothing else you can do there.
Looked like he tried to take a shallow entry, and then Brandon Sanfilippo hit him. And sometimes it's hard for me sometimes to enter shallow. I can't control the car a lot either, so.
That's one thing I'm learning with the mini stock is that you can enter shallow, and on some of these, just depending on the way some of these the turns are, and kind of have that diamond effect that you're talking about here, and it takes some learning on short track racing, which I also mentioned to you last week. It's just I'm awful at that too, so I'm learning, I'm trying. That's what the point is.
Yeah, it looks like Todd Slauson's caught these two cars in front of us, too.
Yeah, he got past Sean Dunaway and was able to pull away. And so Todd looking like he's got some pretty decent speed here, I'd say. That last time around, Todd was actually the fastest car on track, a 32.15, faster than your leaders.
Was. Yes, he was. So he's got a fast little hot rod right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Dennis Kane had a 32 flat. So, no. Dennis Kane was the fastest that previous time.
Wow, good lap, Dennis.
Got past Jesse Fox, and he really wanted to get moving.
He did, didn't he? He's like, all right, I've saved my tires. I'm moving now.
And looks like Jesse Fox is now falling victim here to a couple more cars.
Yeah, it looks like Alex Teff's got it behind him, and it looks like Lee Campbell was looking to make a move on him too as well.
And Lee looking down to their Truth about 9 seconds back, trying to make up that time. Whew.
Yeah, Truth is wanting a caution.
Yeah, Truth and Odie are definitely looking for a caution here.
Yep, they are. I mean, it's just You know, this racer's elite. You make a mistake and you can't. Ooh, as Todd Slauson hits the wall.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, you know, being perfect sometimes isn't enough.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it's horrible. I mean, like there's no cautions most of the time, so.
And here it is, Dennis Kane making the
what do you
pass
do?
now. Dennis Kane up 3 spots himself.
Dennis has got a fast car. Looks like.
Oh, Logan gonna make
we got Pitters.
Well, we talked about it. If you can make it 60, but your leader said, "Hey, I am in control of this race," and that's what I was thinking. You know, you're in control of this race. You know, you've got the fast car. Go put down the fast laps. It's not gonna hurt them to put an extra
Tom
time.
Dunaway's in. Jesse Fox is in. So
Todd Slauson as well.
it looks like they're going to go on the 3 or 2 pit stop.
Truth said, after that spin with my tires, I'm coming in too.
Truth's like I gotta get fresh rubber too. I mean I can't do it.
Here comes Nathan Mann. Gonna come around the very next time. Gets his lap led as well.
Yep.
Gonna come to that realization
Bonus
that
point.
Logan might not be letting him by for a win here. But, you know, Logan let us know last week that Nathan just did a better job on that second run of saving his tires. So we'll have to see if Nathan figures out something here this time around
And
as
you
well.
even mentioned it before. The crucial run of the race is actually the second run after that first pit stop.
And again, I mentioned that from experience. You know, it's one of those where I'm constantly screwing up that second run of always thinking I push it too hard, or I push it too hard the first run and then I don't push it hard enough in the second run and I cost myself. So you really have to find that balance, and that's what practicing ahead of time can make a difference. And I know not all the time, you know, do you have that opportunity? I get it. We're busy people, so sometimes you just go out there and have fun.
Yeah, and then I'm the exact opposite. I take it too easy on the first run.
Yep,
And just lose so much time.
So here's what I'm learning is that because of think about it, being on the restart, it's, you know, think about it, that it's not a restart, it's just a start, but be hard on that first run to try to get as many of those spots, and then you can be a little easier later on when you're not so jumbled together, and you know you don't lose those spots as easy. That's something that's so hard for me to have figured out as well.
Yeah, I just don't. Not aggressive enough, I should say.
It's a learning process. You know what? And that's what I've learned. And I know we talked about it, but in doing the rookie dirt officials, they're so short. You have no choice but to go.
Yeah.
And so that's what makes those fun as well. I've learned, you know, what you really got to enjoy these and get into the official races. And I didn't used to always do it, but right now we're enjoying what's more the biggest and probably the best part of iRacing. It's the league racing that we get to do. Get to race with the same people every week, have fun with them. You know, you truly have that all year long points battle, which is what these drivers are going through right now. Just hoping maybe for something different, maybe with your top 5 not having pit yet.
Yeah, most of the time, no cautions in any league races, or at least not like they are in official races. So
Nope. And then
that's a huge.
Todd Slauson on some fresh fuel goods. You're going to see that difference right here. Already about a second and a half faster. He's kind of stuck here. That's really going to hurt him time-wise.
Yeah.
Stuck between these two drivers. And Todd's a respectful driver, too, you know, so he's not going to try to make it worse. But he's got to go, too. He's got to make the most of these tires.
Yeah, you got your fresh tires. You got to go now.
And the 98, you know, if he can play any type of, you know, annoyance where, you know, he's making it difficult.
Going to.
You got to. That's what matters. And you're still battling each other points-wise as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't want to get if you get your competitors down who you're racing against in points, keep them down. You don't want to give up an edge or anything, you know? Got to go with it.
Realize it or not, everyone, we're already over a quarter of the way through this race.
Wow, we are, ain't we? Wow, this has been quick.
I do my math right? Yeah, I do my math right today. So, we come back here. Lee Campbell, he's got Jesse Fox as well in fresh field goods. Logan Joyner is only 6 seconds behind Lee Campbell right now.
Wow.
And so, with about another 20 laps, it's not enough to get up here and pass the 98 before he's got a pit, but I'm just wondering how it's going to work out, and because you got to believe that these drivers are fighting hard to save that fuel that they need. But they start?
Yeah.
But the only way to make this, you know, and you talk about getting that strategy ahead of time. The only way to make this strategy work is you have to have started it from the very beginning. You know, saving over the last 20 laps is not going to do you as nearly as good. To maximize it, you have to have saved from the very beginning.
You are correct, and I have started at helped me so bad. Once the green flag stops, if you know you're going to be short in the last run, hey, start saving me immediately. Just this racing here is more mental than it's more mental than actually pushing the right pedal and go faster.
Well, I mean, okay, so and honestly, I've always had this mentality: save no matter what. That's what I was always told. Somebody who had worked on the original Papyrus team, actually, who got did all that testing before iRacing really came to be. Just so happened to be a coworker of mine, and he told me just that. Don't oh man, I'm sorry, I just got distracted here with the 12 and the 14.
That's yeah, they racing hard.
So was the 13. The 13 of Honeycutt really wants to get this lead from Teft. But he said that, know what you're going to do from the very beginning, because that's what's going to make a difference. And the 98 got a little too hard into the turn almost. A little pressure from 13 of Honeycutt.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to pass you, but I'm going to make it interesting. So close
13
to that
tagged the wall a little
before.
bit, I think. Oof.
Man, we got these two racing. You got San Filippo and Sean
Campbell.
Dunaway racing. We need a picture-in-picture for
Here
multiple.
comes Joyner.
Yeah, here comes Joyner up in there. I mean, that's who you didn't want to see.
No, you did not. Now 10 seconds behind your leader already. Wow.
We are all getting pretty close to the halfway point. Can't wait to see how this pit strategy plays out.
Oh, here comes Honeycutt. So maybe then we're not going to be able to make it on fuel.
No, we're lap. Huh.
So
that leaves Andrew, Sean, and...
Because I have to wonder that Honeycutt's pitting now because he knows that they can't make it. So he said, I'm going to undercut Andrew anyways because I haven't been able to pass him.
That could be part of his game plan as well. And just take gas on the last stop, maybe. 2 rights. That opens the door for some more strategy, so...
I love it.
Dennis gets his lap back the old-fashioned way.
There we go. We'll pull up our stint length for each of these drivers. Of course, you see that all yellow is that first stint for them. And they haven't come down just yet, of course. That is the first place of Andrew Teft, third Sean Dunaway, fourth in San Filippo, Lee Campbell there in seventh as well.
Oh, here comes the 12.
Here comes Lee Campbell.
12 off the list.
Yep, and the 14 as well. So they're going to come in. That's just going to leave Andrew Teft and Sean Dunaway as Honeycutt gets around him now, and
Andrew's going to look like a rocket ship whenever he pits.
oh my God! Well, honestly, by the time he pits, it'll be time for some of these other drivers to come back in again.
Yeah, so I mean, his strategy's playing out to his liking. I mean, Sean's only 7 seconds behind him.
Yeah, Logan's now 6 seconds behind. So
Yeah, so
if you look about this, Logan pit lap 39. You assume he'll come in probably about lap 80 again, around there.
yeah.
We assume if Andrew can make it to lap 60 is when he's gonna pit at lap 60.
Yeah, it's gonna get there. Good old JR say business is picking up with this pit strategy.
So if this were to work out on this run where you're just a little bit ahead of him, if you think, and you're just maybe a lap or two short, where you're gonna do a little extra saving on that second run. Oh, I think 98's.
Is he slow? No,
Maybe he's coming down now.
it looked like he's a little slow.
He's
Yep,
coming
believe
down
you're
pit
right.
lane. Yeah, so he's not gonna make it.
Nope, so 56. So that's gonna put him 8 laps short. If my math is right. Is that right? 56.
Put him another. Yeah, 8 laps short. Yeah, give or take.
We don't do math on this, so please forgive me.
All right, so that's gonna.
Logan Joyner back in the point.
Granted, all it takes is a well-timed caution at a certain time when people are on or not on pit road.
Oh yeah, well, if caution comes out, throw everything out the book, out the window. It's a whole new ball game.
I'm just going over here and I'm seeing what's this? The 13 of Brandon Honeycutt. Yeah, he just put down his fastest lap. He's 10 seconds ahead of Andrew Teff, having pit 5 laps previous. That is unreal.
You know, we preach about tires all the time, and right there's your proof, you know.
And you're about to see what it's like. Let's go on board now with his 98.
Superman.
Oh. Huh. All right. Go back over here. See if that number 34 now back to the lead. 2.5 seconds here over his teammate Nathan Mann. Did pit a lap later than him, so we'll see if, as you see there, Andrew Teff right in front of Nathan Mann as he's just back trying to get one of his laps back, or yeah, his lap back. He's only 1 lap down here.
Huh. And if I know Andrew, he's done pitting for the day unless he has the caution.
Yeah, run it dry. Why not?
He is always on the fuel strategy game plan, which is something I can never do. So
I love it. I'm always doing fuel strategy too. I'm always looking for that extra edge.
So.
Oh, here goes Sean Dunaway.
Play follow the leader. Yeah, Sean Dunaway in. Wow.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. We kind of completely just ignored Sean Dunaway, but he had not pit yet, so this is lap 60 right down the middle.
Huh.
Now, granted, he was a good deal back though, from the leaders. He'd already lost that position, so I don't know where this would filter him back out. But he's not going to pit again.
No, interesting. I, like you said, forgot completely about him.
Well, I look at this. He pit from the 3rd position, so.
So I don't like. Oh man, I'm enjoying this race with all the different strategies.
Well, see, it might not be the race-winning move, but it might guarantee him a 3rd place position. It might take away that from Andrew Teff. Andrew might not realize that he's not even on the best strategy for him.
Yeah, it might be give him a podium finish.
And we are halfway through this race. That last time round, as they just come across here, we've now got 59 laps to go. Here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, race number 4.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, no contact. He got, oh my goodness, there it is. And the worst part is for Andrew is he's not going to get the lucky dog either from that. So
no, he will not.
That's more costly for him than possible. And man, you just saw that. He just got, as soon as he got loose, the car, he overcorrected to the right. And
yeah, I mean. Wow. I think it's wow.
That's what happens, and think about this. The difference in tires was 30 laps almost?
Yeah.
If we go back, yeah, that's a 25 lap difference on tires.
Wow.
Ah, man, the 98 just got into him a little bit. Yeah, 34 bounced off the wall too. That was just a disaster right there at the moment.
Yeah.
And, heavy. The 34 might be okay. That's very minimal front damage to his car. But that 98, he's going to need a fast repair.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
That leaves Nathan Mann as your leader. Joyner will still be 2nd, though. So if he uses his fast repair here, he should be all right to stay in 2nd.
Wow.
So we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break here of the evening. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Live here once again from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, bringing to you the Racers Elite Xfinity Series for their 4th race in the playoffs. Myself, Angel Santiago, joined with my broadcast partner here, Troy Thomas, in the booth. We just saw our first caution here of the evening, in which the 98 just a little too hot here into that corner and, well, just essentially destroyed his own strategy too.
Yeah, I don't know if he just overcorrected or what, but they wasn't giving each other, wasn't a lot of room given for either one of them. So.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, and the 34, you got, he knows that if there's an opportunity for him or his teammates to lose this race, it's the 98 on his strategy. So the 34 is gonna have to can't make it easy on him. And
No.
so, but again, that just kind of gonna be the situation on the both of them there. The 98, of course, going to be the biggest loser in that. Of course, can't speak for anybody in specific, but can't imagine anything like that is going to be on purpose when it cost him that strategy. He was clutching it there. I don't know if you noticed, but he was clutching it. He was going to make it to the end. He had started clutching literally at the very first exit off of the pit lane. So his plan was to make it to the end.
Yeah, it just didn't happen, unfortunately.
No.
What has happened?
We're back here now on track. You see Nathan Mann, Logan Joyner exited.
The crash? What in the world?
No, we're gonna go live here. We'll go back. I don't think so. I'm not sure what all may have happened.
Oh.
We'll go back into that. We haven't seen an opportunity to see just anything yet. Nonetheless, that puts Nathan Mann and Dennis Kane at the top of the board here, first and second.
Wow, Dennis Kane. Alex Steps up to 3rd.
Up 10 spots himself, and as well as Jesse Fox. He's looking good. Todd Slauson.
Yeah.
Todd's fast. We talked about him
Yep.
putting up some pretty good speed, and Brandon Honeycutt, give him an opportunity. Sean Dunaway's had speed, and Dennis Kane has had good speed as well. So
Yeah, he has. So
he's had good long run speed.
you don't want them Brandons up there. We know how they go. They'll be there at the end of the race for sure. They always are. So be a good fight to the finish. That's for sure.
Brandon Sanfilippo, he's the only driver still in the same spot that he started in.
Everybody, yeah.
And we talk about how it's so hard to pass here.
But yeah, everybody's.
Take us away here. I'm sorry, I've been laughing too much. I got to go right to the zone. We're going to get through it. Nathan Mann with the Garrett restart. We're going to be having a battle for second here as they go into turn number 1. That battle's going to be between two Fords.
Three wide behind them.
Oh, man, we got great racing all the way around this track. Wow, this is what I love. Great restart for these drivers.
Yeah, Alex, Dennis Kane's going to hold on to the 2nd spot, but look out, here comes Todd Slauson.
See Dennis Kane with that big run down. He diamonded that one really well.
Yeah, he did it.
Here comes that 22, Todd Slauson. Great run on the inside of the 43 of Alex Teft as they go down the front stretch here in the 1, and he's looking to take Brandon Honeycutt with him, but they're not going to quite clear just yet.
Oh, I didn't know if he had it. Was going to. Oh, Todd gets a little loose coming off of 2.
Yep, Honeycutt going to take advantage. No.
Oh, good time blocks him up.
Crossover. I don't know if you consider a crossover, but he's going to jump right under him. Not going to be enough, though. Oh, good run right through the middle of the corner. Todd, though, great run. A little on the throttle too early there, and you saw him have to lift.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little loose off of 4 again, but man, what hard racing by these guys right now. Oh, Honeycutt got in there a little too deep.
13 did exactly what happened with the 98, but the 13 was able to realize it, and he was able to get off the throw. I think the 43 may have gotten loose off the turn, and the 22 has a swerve left to avoid hitting him.
Oh, man, these guys.
This is amazing, the racing we're getting from these drivers right now. And this is not easy to be slipping and sliding here in New Hampshire. Alex Teft just had his fastest lap of the race the previous time too.
Yeah,
what's happening?
And then, they got Jesse Fox back here in the 5th position.
My goodness,
Position up there too.
great race.
Wow.
And And I'm not saying anything, but Dennis Kane has kept up with Nathan Mann up front. They're pulling away.
Yeah, exactly the same lap speed or lap times the previous lap. So Dennis is running just a higher line off of 4 right there. Let's see what they run. Dennis was quicker. Nope. Yeah, he was quicker just a little bit.
He does that. The 13 under the 22. They're side by side. Almost make a slight bit of contact. What's going to happen here off of 2? The 22 still has a run. And the 69 loose there off of 2 himself.
Man, too much stuff going on right now.
Oh, man, this is great. We needed a restart, man. We needed to get everybody racked up.
Kidding.
Everybody just need a little bit of practice and to feel comfortable with the racetrack. Everybody's got that comfort.
And then, they cut off the wall a little bit right there.
All right, that'll give everybody a moment to take a deep breath here.
Okay, yeah. Now I can breathe.
Oh, man. And even then, the 22 is still trying to attack that 43.
Yeah, he's all over Alex. He wants that position.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, this puts us in a very close range to make it to the end of the race, actually.
And we got to remember Sean Dunaway on that one-stop strategy. But he came in on lap 58, so
yeah.
Everybody else came in, and he did not.
Well, yeah, he was actually able to get the wave around in this situation.
Took the wave around.
So that allowed him to 43 a little loose there off of that turn 2, but who isn't at this point?
The way these guys are racing.
So now I wonder, Nathan Mann, where are you gonna? These drivers who made it on who are thinking that 40 lap strategy, are you switching it up here? Are you gonna divide this up into 2 and do it in 30, or are you gonna just make it to the end, or try to make it to the end?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. It just depends on how fast. Dennis Kane is faster than the leader right now. So I don't know if these guys are not pushing hard or trying to save fuel or what, but I don't know what you do. I'm not going to be honest with you. What would you do, Angel?
Give him a time. You know what? Here's the problem. I like to save fuel. That's my thing. And I'm generally pretty good at it. But, and with Logan Joyner out, you see Odie's going to stay out on track. He's going to try to gain a spot in that process. But with this, you saw how, honestly, I felt like the fresh tires was what that run at the start, I think that was the right strategy. So,
yep.
But now it's a little bit of a shorter run. No, I'm driving as hard as I can, pitting 30 laps, come back out and do it again. Push
it to lap 90 and give it all she's got.
Yep, I can't do the same thing as the leaders. Larry Mack always said it, right? You can't do the same thing as the leaders, or you're just gonna sit there looking at the rear bumper still.
Yeah, like you said, Dennis is staying with Nathan Mann right now, so.
We talk about that, and then there's 22 back trying to attack this 43 of Alex Steff. Alex has done a great job here holding on to the 3rd position.
Oh, yeah, he has. Good run by Alex, who's up 10 positions right now, but you got Brandon Honeycutt looking to get in this battle again with him, so these gentlemen are fighting hard for this 3rd position.
And fighting pretty hard for that 6th position here as well, between Dunaway. Oh no, Truth is not in that battle. Truth is a lap down, actually.
Truth, yeah. I thought he worked his way back up, but he has not. But he's up 1 position from where he started, though. So
hey, there you go.
That's got to take the positives at this point. That's for sure.
Well, and also the first car a lap down right now, and it doesn't look like Nathan's putting a distance where he's gonna lap San Filippo. So a caution coming out would benefit Truth to put him back on the lead lap as well.
Yeah, Truth probably wanting a caution run, like you said, to get on that lead lap, but I don't see it happening. But stranger things have happened, that's for sure.
Well, stranger things have happened. Yes, you're right.
Todd Slauson get inside the 43.
Let's see, can he make a move here? Can it work? Is he gonna slide up in front of him? Not quite enough.
No, he's not.
Nope.
Brandon Honeycutt sitting back here says, I don't know where to go.
I try to figure this out too.
Look, you got him.
Just can't put that power down off of the turn. Oh, the 43 can't either. He's loose.
Looks like the 13's peeking on the inside of Todd, but nope, thinks better of it.
No, never mind.
Nope. Just putting the nose in there, said, I'm here, bud. I just want you to remember me.
Exactly. That 22, that's exactly what 13 wanted. He's going to make the 22 get loose there.
See if he's going to dive inside.
Force that error and allow, and that's what really happened with the 43. They forced an error on the 43.
Yep.
And by all means, the 43 did a hell of a job keeping them back there for the last 20 laps. So
all three of these guys are slipping and sliding for this third position.
And then got Jesse Fox, and Lee Campbell back here duking it out for this seventh spot as well.
Lee picking on the inside of Jesse Fox, just can't quite get there yet.
Nope.
Both these gentlemen having a good race today, both up from where they started the race, so good job, gentlemen.
Brandon Honeycutt now looking a little bit higher lane, going to try to use a good run down the front stretch, see if he can't carry that momentum, get a good run on that 22. We're reaching up to the point here if these drivers, 20 laps already from the pit if they want to. But honestly, I think we're going to see everybody try to extend it.
Yeah, I think they're going to go as far as they can.
Oh, something happened to Sean Dunaway here. These drivers are trying to make their way around him now.
I wonder what happened there.
He's kind of just giving them some room, just letting them on by, so.
He might be in that fuel saving mode.
Oh, well, right, he is in a fuel saving mode because he had to take the wave around, so he did not get to pit with everyone. So, yeah, he is in that fuel saving mode.
So he pitted on lap 58, so.
I mean, he'll definitely be good to make it, though.
See everything. It's kind of calmed down a little bit here on the racetrack.
Yeah, so since everything's calmed down, let's go ahead and take our second commercial break here of the evening. We'll give our folks, if I don't know if the sounds or everything going to work, everybody. I think I tested it, but Troy, I might have finally got with the program and got a side-by-side set up. So let's see, everybody. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back live here from the Sim Racing Media Network. I want to thank everyone once again for joining us here on a Wednesday night. And, well, Truth is in the 10th position. I don't think, Troy, that Truth is going to get that lap back if this caution doesn't come out here soon.
Yeah, he's just hanging on, wanting the caution, but like you said, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're rooting for it, Truth. Trust me.
Yeah.
Truth was fast.
But,
I mean, you saw how fast Truth was.
Yeah, he's got a fast car.
Exactly. I want to see another fast car get back into this program.
Yeah, and right now the fastest car on the track looks like to be our second. Well, it was the second place car, Dennis Kane, but.
Oh, really? Let's see. Brandon Honeycutt.
Let's see.
That previous time, was within. Yeah, had a very similar lap time to your leader. So
yeah.
A lot of these drivers, like I said, once the tires wear out, they all tend to get kind of even out. But I gotta give credit. Dennis Kane has been the closest we've seen anybody to one of these Budweiser cars the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's cut into that lead tonight for sure. I mean, there he is a tenth quicker than our leader. So. This ain't gonna hand the race over yet to Nathan the Man by no means.
Listen to this on throttle. On board here now we're gonna come across. Oh man, sliding it really hard in that turn.
Whew.
Come across with 30 laps to go here in this race. Gosh, he's not full throttle until maybe almost halfway down the straightaway. That's how much these things are slipping and sliding.
Yeah, these probably racing on ice, you know. I mean, very good throttle control right there.
Great throttle control. I give credit because I couldn't.
It's so easy just coming out of the corner and just mashing the gas. And what happens? Your rear end tries to pass the front end.
I wonder what gearing they're using because they're still even then he's still topping out almost right at the end of the straightaway.
Yeah, almost chipping out. A lot of them are.
Not in third gear. I know they got to be in fourth.
Yeah, they're in fourth. They just
must be a custom set. I wonder they're using. I wonder.
Yeah, they use a setup for somebody I can't remember. So, but Dennis is there with him. We got some takers on pit road right now. Brandon Sanfilippo and Richard Odie.
All right, so Sanfilippo looks like he's gonna take that approach with the kind of split it in half.
Yep.
I'm glad someone tried it. At least now we get an idea if it's any good or not.
See if it works or not. Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. And then Sanfilippo. Well, actually, Sanfilippo was in that 8th position, so there was no real nowhere really for him to go.
No, so he's not out nothing right now. So
yeah, back down to the 10th position here. And I guess we still assume that everybody can make it to the end. Just we're trying a little bit different, something a little different is all.
Yep. Brandon's wanting them fresh tires, and everybody else is wanting to take it to the end. So, like I said, I'm glad somebody decided to split it halfway.
I appreciate we got a user here as well in our YouTube chat saying Kane is the man.
Kane is the man.
Absolutely right now.
Doing a very good job tonight. Up 7 spots.
And again, considering the last couple of weeks, what we've seen, the kind of the butt whooping that the 28 and the 34 had put on these drivers,
Yep.
Anyone close is. There it is, Brandon Honeycomb making his way.
Yep,
so.
our 4th position man is coming to the pits along with Jesse Fox.
Well, actually, I guess if you think about it, they kind of they went green probably around lap 65. So this is about about 30 laps into it. So the last run will actually be just a little bit less laps. You can push it maybe a little harder.
Yeah, for about 25. Well, be 25 for some of these drivers. So Todd Slauson now entering the pits as well.
And I'm wondering maybe it just wasn't going to look like they were, maybe some of these drivers are going to make it on fuel because that still was from the moment we went green again. That was still going to be 55 laps, which was already kind of right at the edge of that window if you weren't, hard saving from the very beginning.
Yeah, you're right. I think Andrew, he go 55 or 56 maybe?
And
when he did his?
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, it'd been real close. And the way these guys have been racing, I don't think many people were saving.
Let's see. We'll drop one more position here. Let's see. There we go. 55. Yeah, that's correct. 55 right there. So, Dunaway was able to stretch at 58. So.
Yes.
But we know he was doing some pretty hard saving too because he was pretty far back from the pack. So.
Yeah, he was. So.
About 55 and staying up front where Teft was in third. It was pretty good measurement. Is even back here, 8th and 9th, Brandon Sanfilippo, Jesse Fox coming back off of pit lane, trying to make some passes. But right now they're just trying to get it past the lead lap cars with old tires. As Brandon Honeycutt's with him as well.
Yeah, Sean Dunaway right there. So.
Oh, I am seeing something. I don't mean to cut you off, but Brandon Honeycutt. As he goes sideways here. That's not what I saw, but into the inside wall, and that's a bad spot to be in.
Oh,
is he
man,
stuck?
He hit hard.
Oh no, he's not stuck.
He's trying to swing it around.
There you go.
Oh no.
Anyways, aside from that unfortunate, what had happened just before that, which was more unfortunate for Honeycutt, was that he was speeding coming down pit lane. He had a 40-second hold on his pit box.
Speeding penalties will get you in a heartbeat. Tough break for Brandon, that's for sure. pushed it too hard.
Yeah, too hard. Way too hard. He pushed it there, and I mean, again, I'm guilty of it. So
Yep, I've sped many a times and kicked my butt out of possible races because of it.
well, nonetheless, we've got 21 laps to go here in this race. We're coming down now to really just that home stretch where we are almost done with this race, and Nathan Mann's got about a 2.7 second lead right now over Dennis Kane, so he's stretching it out now over the end of this run, which doesn't surprise me considering Nathan had built an 8-second lead previous, and he had a lot to learn in that time on what to do saving tires. Dennis Kane was just trying to make passes through the field at that time.
Yeah, I mean, they both have been two of the fastest cars in the race that we had, so.
And then Jesse Fox just put down his fastest lap here of the race now on his fresh feel good.
31:06. Good job, Jesse.
There we go. Shows everybody's still learning to try to put down some, trying to put down something fast.
Yeah, it's not over until that checkered flag waves.
No, not at all. As you see now that let's see, our leader's not gonna come in. I think he's gonna be able to save it, save enough here to the end.
Yeah, he's got a big enough lead. He's up to almost a 3.5 second lead. So if he can clutch it and save some gas, he's probably going to.
Right now, this puts your top 7 as drivers who have not come down pit lane. No, I'm sorry. Todd Lawson did come down pit lane there on lap 95. I do apologize. He was on that alternate strategy where he's down to the 6th position. On the lead lap, so technically would be in the best spot if a caution were to come out.
Yep. So let's see if he can pickety ground over Sean Dunaway and everybody else, because he's about 10, a little over 10 seconds behind Sean Dunaway, so he might be able to catch the 5th position. Although it'd be pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's it's gonna be hard.
Let's look at lap time. Well, he's about a second quicker than Sean Dunaway. He's just going to run out of time. That's not going to happen. But Brandon Honeycutt put down his fastest lap at 30.7. That's Truth Hoke is in pit road now.
Okay, there we go. But no problems here. There you go. All right, almost here. Almost 15 to go.
Look like the strategy didn't made. Now you got to play it out to the end.
Another Larry Mack quote. You made your bed. Got to go lay in it now.
Now you got to lay in it. You're exactly right. I couldn't remember it exactly, but
I listen to SiriusXM far too much.
Larry Mack's the man.
Oh yes, it's a ton of fun listening to everything on SiriusXM. All the driving got to do all the way around. It's nice to well worth paying for it.
I'm not a big Denny Hamlin fan, but I do love his his podcast he has.
No, I can't. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably one of the biggest Denny Hamlin haters there is out there, so I will never listen to his podcast.
I was too until I started listening to it, but
I appreciate what I appreciate what he is for our sport. I will never say otherwise. I just can't stand him as a driver.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Hypocritical is all to me, but aside from that. I always joke with Bossman here, Jonathan, about how same thing. He's mellowed with Denny Hamlin over the years, and I said, nope, that distaste will be strong for forever.
The force is strong with that one.
I said he can go drive a Ford, and I probably still wouldn't want it.
I think Kyle. Everybody started chilling for Kyle Busch when he went to Chevrolet. I don't even think he could go race with a Chevrolet again, and people would cheer for him.
No, not at all.
With you.
No, I don't think there's a chance.
Because it blew my mind when I was at Bristol this year and hearing Kyle Busch's name get announced, and everybody started cheering for him.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
incredible.
this is crazy.
That is incredible. You know,
the race
Brad
that,
Keselowski right at Bristol. He said KB is in.
I was there for that race too.
Were you? Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
I was there for that race too. That's hilarious.
Was that what we were talking about?
Carl Edwards was at a race with Junior one time, and they announced Kyle Busch, maybe even last year. And he heard everybody cheering him. He looked at Junior and said,
That's right.
What is that all about? And Junior says, you go drive for RCR, drive for Chevrolet, and everything is forgiven.
Yep, I remember that. Yes, that's funny. Carl Edwards, he must have been like, man, I'm walking into a time machine.
You know it was with him because he's been out so long and didn't hear this. So
man, I know, unbelievable. And he was teammates with Kyle right at the end too. So
yep,
definitely heard all those boos.
Oh yeah, and then some.
I think Carl Edwards got to be one of the few drivers though to go drive for Joe Gibbs and not get booed though. Yeah,
he is probably the only one. And of course, everybody remember Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano at Martinsville.
Well, listen. Not only am I a Joey Logano fan, so I can already not like Matt Kenseth.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just.
But previous to being a Joey Logano fan, I was a Jeff Gordon fan. So there was no room for Matt Kenseth ever.
No. See, I was an Earnhardt fan for years because my mom worked with a lady that drove his super truck when the NASCAR truck series started.
Oh, nice.
Her son drove the race truck around. So I've got like 3 or 4 different Ron Hornaday autographs from the Papa John's truck, the Napa truck. So I was always an Earnhardt fan, and Mom in the family was a Rusty Wallace fan, so that didn't go well on a Sunday afternoon sometimes.
Yeah, see, I'm a Jeff. Oh, San Filippo, Jesse Fox. Wow, that was close. And that's just Alex Teff's a third place car, just trying to make it around with him.
Alex is like, please don't touch me.
He's like, I'm just trying to make it around. That's all I'm trying to do here.
He's like, I'm just trying to make it to the end, fellas. You go do what you want to elsewhere. Wow, that was close.
Yep, 8 laps to go. I guess we can try to stay in here and see a little more, but I think we should be all right between the battles between San Filippo and Jesse Fox for that 7th position, where San Filippo still the only driver where he started.
Right, almost in the middle.
Right in the, about as middle as you can get there.
Yep.
That's the closest action. The next closest 2 drivers you have on track have got about almost a second between 2nd and 3rd. So Alex has just done a really good job of saving his tires here over this long run compared to Dennis, who drove pretty hard there, but as you see, he's using to the very top of the track. He's trying to get every bit of grip he can.
Yeah, his tires are probably screaming right now, but he's still out there going around in circles.
He drove the wheels off this thing. He proved it that you give us a green white checker here at the end of this race, and this race is not guaranteed for Nathan Mann whatsoever.
No, it is not.
And you know Nathan Mann's thinking about that too. He's thinking, man, I don't want a caution, not just because hey, talent wise he's been pretty good to drive around, but Dennis showed him he's got the speed and
on the short run, like you said, if his caution comes out, it's a different race. Because Dennis has got the speed. Oh, as he tags the wall a little bit. And actually, Alex is going to make the pass.
Yeah, he's going to get to the outside here. But actually, Dennis is going to get right down to the inside. Oh, a little too hard driven in.
Close.
Yeah.
Dennis drove it in there too hard, but he's got to fight now.
Oh, he's going to get into the wall there off the turn. I think maybe a little contact with the 43.
Yeah, hopefully, that was so close.
Hopefully, it's not too heavy a damage there. But even if it is, I don't care if it's as long as it's not a... Oh, that might be No, it's not. It might.
Not too bad, I don't think.
He's got wheel damage, but I don't think it's as long as it's not a meatball, you stay out there and you just keep on driving that thing. Cause
you ain't.
you might lose 3rd to Lee Campbell here if that's the case. And I got to say, pitting would not have worked because here's Todd Slauson still 9 seconds behind Lee Campbell.
Yep. Staying out was the right choice here at the end.
Yeah, it was. Trying to save to be able to make it there to the end. And that would Look out for Sean Dunaway. If he's able to save enough, he's got 16 seconds over San Filippo where he can hold on to 6, which he's been up and down today, so I think he'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, he's trying to save it big time.
As we've come across here now, 2 laps to go here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, their 4th race here of the playoffs. That Nathan Mann, well, he's just looking to walk away with it.
Just called him smoke.
You know, and
trying to look to make it 4 in a row.
In reality, you know, it really looked like that teammate Logan Joyner was going to be, you know, the dominant car, going to walk away with it, maybe get his victory here this week. But that contact with the 98, and whether or not it was, whatever the case it was that happened, intentional or not, but it's it changed things around and allows Nathan Mann to be able to get out there and win a race.
Yep.
Final lap.
On the white flag. Yep.
Well, take us away here for this one here.
Nathan
Sure.
coming back the back stretch heading to the 3. And everything, as long as he keeps the fenders on it coming out of 4, we're going to have Mr. 4 in a row. I guess we call him Mr. August and September, as Nathan Mann comes to the checkered flag and wins here at New Hampshire International Speedway.
What a
4
race
in a row
right there.
now. Alex Steff's going to finish in 2nd, up 11 positions.
Unbelievable. 11
Wow,
spots.
11 spot. And Dennis brings it home in 3rd.
You held on to it. Nice job, Dennis. What a great job.
Lee Campbell in 4th, Todd Slauson in 5th, and Sean Dunaway will bring it home in 6th position.
I appreciate you, Lee, again for running this paint scheme. Kept it clean all night long, and yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Up to 4th. So
yeah, good run, bud. Good run.
well, here it is, Nathan Mann
Again,
burning it down.
putting in the wall.
Oh, it don't matter now. You don't got to pass inspection here.
Nope. I don't know if Terry Labonte like him damaging up back of his race car though.
I'll be all right. He'll fix it up. We got 4 wins in a row. He can afford to get it fixed up here.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and find our race winner here, Nathan Mann. And Troy, take us away here with our winner.
Hey Nathan, this is Angel and Troy in the booth. You guys, bud?
Sure do, guys.
Well, I guess we got you a permanent seat up here on Wednesday night, so I guess you can just come up here and just stay with us all the time, man. What a race. 4 in a row.
I can't believe it, honestly. I really did not think I had any sort of pace there, you know, at least pace to win it. But whenever that caution came out, restarted, and you know, my spotter was telling me, hey, we might be able to make it on fuel here. And so that was really the whole goal of the last run, was just to make sure we had enough just to bring it home and not have to make one more stop.
Well, you certainly brought it home in one piece. There for a little while, it looked like Dennis was catching you. What was going through your mind when that number 4 is getting just a little bit bigger in your rearview mirror?
Oh, man, it's always tough when, like, whether you're saving tire or fuel, or in my case, I was trying to do both. And, you know, I had the track position I wanted, obviously, but it's definitely a little nerve-wracking. It makes you want to step on the throttle just a little bit faster, a little bit earlier. But I just kind of had to, every time I saw him get a little closer, I was just like, I just got to recollect myself. I'm, you know, trying to run my race here. You know, I think a thought went through my head of like, if he gets by, you know, he gets by. But to me, it looked like he was pushing a little bit more on fuel than I was. So, and I was only about a lap to the good. So I was just trying to stay calm. I saw him closing though, and I thought he was going to get up to my back bumper there a couple times. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is about to get spicy." But
Hey, well, us in the booth was wishing it was going to get spicy, but it didn't happen. But you have to stay. You know, it's a big mental game to try to save and race at the same time. You did a heck of a job of it tonight, bud.
Thank you, especially here, man. I don't know if you guys saw, but that track is slick.
Yeah, I hate this track. I ain't gonna lie. I hate flat tracks. I just hate them.
Yep,
Before you let you go, is there anybody you wanna?
Well, I'd like to thank my family, friends, and wife. Thank you to Jake, my spotter, as well. Excellent job on the box tonight, working out the strategy and everything. Um, Thanks to you guys for the whole season. I know we got one more to go, but just in case I don't get to say thanks next week, well, thanks to you guys for broadcasting all season. You did a great job, and yeah, looking forward to wrapping it up next week at Richmond.
We'll be talking to you one way or another, Nathan, next week. Don't
Yeah.
you worry.
Sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your race winner here, Nathan Mann. Again, mentioning 4 in a row, Mr. August, September. Mark Martin, almost you can say.
Mark, what was Harry Gant? Is he October or September?
I think he's September. You're right.
Yeah.
I just mentioned. I only mentioned Mark Martin because he had that 4-race stretch, in those summer months where he killed it. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and bring Alex Steph here in the booth. Alex, this is Angel and Troy here in the SRM booth. You got us, buddy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, gonna come home. Biggest move of the race. We talked about how hard it is to pass and how the top 6 hadn't moved anything in the first 20 laps, and here you are, biggest mover of the race by far, up 11 spots.
Yeah, no, definitely didn't feel like a second place car, but I will gladly take the result.
Those are the best second place finishes, because you have those second place finishes that you felt like you should have won and you didn't, and it sucks. But the ones that you didn't feel like you had them, they feel great. Alex, walk us through this race. What was so difficult? I mean, we talked about New Hampshire already, how difficult it can be as a track, just trying to manage the lack of grip, as well as just what the Xfinity cars and tires already are like. But just walk us through what it was like for you as a driver, the 120 laps you had out here.
That first run, I was just really trying to focus on saving the tires, but I'm not really sure if I did a great job at it. And like you said, it was really hard to pass. As soon as you would get beside somebody and try to get the power down, you would just roast off the right rear and couldn't get the drive off the corners to complete it. So you kind of had to wait for somebody else's mistake to really pounce on them. But yeah, it was just tight on entry, and then you would get loose off, and it's just all just trying to keep the heat out of the tires.
And it looked like it was really slick out there tonight. How slick was it out there on the racetrack?
Just mostly on exit was really slick. Like I said, you just had to play the old egg under the throttle game, and as soon as you could kind of get it pointed straight, you could put a little more to it, but it was tough.
Yeah, we saw your teammate there, Dennis Kane. There was points where it felt like he couldn't be full throttle almost halfway down the straightaway, and so you could tell definitely how difficult it was just trying to keep these cars on track and looking straight. So, Alex, we got one more race next week. We head to Richmond, definitely as well. One of my more enjoyable tracks. As long as you can get those nice green flag runs that we get all the time here in Racers Elite. So, how do you go prepare for a track like Richmond, where you can go top to bottom? Really, it seems like.
Hopefully, I can just like another case of saving tires, and just hopefully I'm more of a long run guy. So, hopefully, just save my stuff and make my moves later in the runs, and hopefully make my way to the front.
Sounds like a pretty good plan there. Hope we can see you put that into action. For now, we'll go ahead and let you celebrate the second place finish. Who all do you have to thank for cheering you on here tonight's race and all your races?
Thank you guys over at SRM Racing Media for putting on these broadcasts. Thank the League Racers Elite. Thank my friends and the fans that watch all the time, and my fiance.
Awesome, Alex. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, we can talk to you one possession better.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you.
All right, and now we just got to bring in Dennis Kane and Troy. We'll let you take away, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, this is Troy and Angel Booth. You got us, bud?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Not too bad.
It was a pretty impressive third place finish you got there tonight, man. I mean, what was going through your mind tonight as this closing laps was coming in?
Well, I come into these short tracks, and they're never very good for me. It usually takes me half the race to even figure out what I'm doing. I come in, don't qualify well, first run, the first before the caution. wasn't going very well. I guess I maybe had a little bit of long run speed. Pitted though, just happy that when the caution came out, I was on the lead lap. And it started second. Nathan gave me a rabbit to chase. So I just kind of tried to keep pace with him until I realized I needed to start saving fuel. And then that's what kind of was between me and Alex. I don't know if Nathan was clutching or what he was doing to save that fuel. Alex saved a little bit earlier in the run than me. I didn't have any fuel to try to fend him off there at the end.
Man, they're at one point in the race. You was the fastest car on the track catching Nathan Man on there. We was pulling for you to make a little interesting race on us.
Yeah. I was hoping, but the fuel just wasn't going to agree. I thought about running it as hard as I could, hope for a caution, but it just felt like there wasn't going to be another caution. So everyone else was backing off, so I backed off too. And I was hoping Nathan would run out of fuel, but he wasn't. So I knew I was racing Alex, and he saved a little bit better than I did, and had a little bit more to push at the end.
I think Nathan said he had one more lap to the good of fuel. So
All
if
right.
we had a green white checker, everybody's pitting. So
Great.
well, man,
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I stalled out right at the start finish line there, as soon as we crossed the checkered line there.
I'm sure you wiped your forehead like, thank the Lord.
Right. I was like, hey, that's perfect. That's just how we planned it.
It worked like a charm.
Right.
Since we got here, before we let you go, does anybody want to thank before we let you go out of here?
Yeah, man, just thank you guys. Thank everybody out there who supports us, SRM, Racers Elite. The winter's coming. I think we're going to have some new stuff in the works, some exciting things. I think that we're going to really make a push and got some exciting things coming this winter for the league, and I'm excited.
All right, man. We sure appreciate you coming here and joining us. Good race, and go get them next week at Richmond.
Cool. Thanks, Troy. Can you hear me?
Sound back too quickly. All right, sorry, Dennis. Nonetheless, great racing again. We got here from New Hampshire. We'll go ahead and go over our final results. Just finished course getting to speak with your third place finisher there in Dennis Kane. Nathan Mann, there you go. Nathan Mann again, your fourth win here of the playoffs to start. Alex Teft, he said, is the second, surprising second place finish, but one he's happy with. Dennis Kane, third. Lee Campbell in fourth. Todd Slauson would come home in the top five. Sean Dunaway would finish in sixth. Brandon Sanfilippo in seventh. Jesse Fox in eighth. Truth Hope would come home in ninth, with Brandon Honeycutt running out your top 10. Andrew Teft, Richard Odie, and Logan Joyner are going to round out your field there, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Man, Odie passed Joyner just right there in the final two laps of that one.
Yeah. Man, what an exciting race, though.
Oh,
we had a little bit of everything. Drama, pit strategy, you name it, we had it.
That's Racers Elite. That's what we get here in the Sim Racing Media Network. We got to love it. And we get it again next week at Richmond for the final race of the season already. Man, almost hard to believe it's already here.
I know. What a way to end, like I said, end the season. Short track, sunset, goes to the night race at Richmond. Perfect racetrack to end, crown a champion.
160 laps that we get to experience there. Meanwhile, tomorrow here on the Sim Racing Media Network, we got an exciting one. The next gens for Racers Elite are heading to Talladega for their penultimate race in their season. So that's going to be a great way to head into their final race at Atlanta for the old Atlanta configuration.
Yeah, the old Atlanta, yep.
They'll be slipping and sliding more than they did tonight.
We'll be slipping and sliding after lap 5 down there. I like it, the old Atlanta better than new Atlanta.
Oh, man, I do too. It's a ton of fun. But I'm telling you, and I've said it since the very beginning, as this track ages, it's going to keep getting better, and it has so far, so I'm excited. Nonetheless, next... No, that was the season finale. Next week's, is the season finale for the Truck Series as they head to Texas for their Sunset season finale. And then, let's see here. Yep, we mentioned Richmond for us. Unfortunately, the old Atlanta does not get that night, doesn't get the lights. The new Atlanta does now, but not the old Atlanta. So that'll have to be
they used
not
to
a night
race that under the lights at the old Atlanta.
Didn't they have the old configuration under the lights?
Now I don't know if they the old one, but I know when they reconfigured everything, they had lights up. Because I remember a couple of races finished at nighttime.
Yeah,
So
well, I don't know. It is what it is. It's all right. Nonetheless,
we'll ride iRacing.
it's fine. No worries there. Again, we thank everybody, of course, for joining us on the Sim Racing Media Network for what was, again, another great race here for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Make sure you check them out, racerselite.com. They're going to set up for their next season, recruiting for their Truck and Xfinity Series. I do believe that the next gen might be already booked up, but
It's
nonetheless,
not full, but it's
almost
pretty close.
all right. Nonetheless, I already mentioned trucks and Xfinity looking for some more drivers, and well, we get some good racing here, no matter what. It seems like so. Troy. Oh, hold on.
Guest speaker tonight. All right. Thank you everybody for watching, and hug your loved ones tight tonight, and we will catch you all tomorrow. Have a good evening.